Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Tonight, we're diving into a story that could completely reshape the future of the Los Angeles Lakers, and maybe even the NBA as a whole. It's the kind of moment that makes you hold your breath, because we might be witnessing the beginning of the end, or maybe, just maybe, the calm before an even bigger storm. After the Lakers' first-round playoff elimination on Wednesday night, all eyes turned to LeBron James. Not just because he scored 22 points in Game 5, not just because he once again led this team through a season filled with ups and downs, but because of what he didn't say. When asked about his future, LeBron didn't give a firm answer. He didn't close the door, but he didn't open it either. And that silence, it spoke louder than anything he said all season. "I don't have an answer," LeBron told reporters, his tone eerily similar to his remarks following playoff exits in previous years. He added, "It's something I'll sit down with my family, my wife, and my support system and kind of talk about it and see what happens." These aren't the words of a man who's made up his mind. These are the words of someone standing at a crossroads. And that, right there, is what's got Lakers fans across the globe glued to every single development. Now, let's step back and remember exactly what's at stake here. LeBron James is 39 years old. This was his 22nd season in the NBA. A number that sounds surreal in a league where careers are often measured in single digits. And yet, despite the mileage, despite the pressure, he played 70 games this season and averaged 24.4 points, 8.2 assists, and 7.8 rebounds. He even shot 78.2% from the free throw line, a career high. Think about that. In his 22nd year, LeBron James is setting new personal records. That's not normal. That's legendary. And speaking of legendary, do you remember Game 3 against Minnesota? LeBron dropped 38 points at 40 years old. That's the most points in a playoff game by any player at that age or older in NBA history. The man isn't slowing down. He's redefining what longevity looks like in professional sports. So when he says things like, "If I really wanted to, I could probably play at a high level for 5 to 7 more years," you believe him. And yet, he also said, "I'm not going to do that." So what gives? Is this about physical ability? Clearly not. Is it about desire? Maybe. Is it about legacy? Very likely. But here's where the story takes a fascinating turn. Because this season wasn't just about LeBron doing what LeBron does. It was about evolution. After the trade that brought Luka Doncic to LA and sent Anthony Davis to Dallas, the Lakers went through a massive identity shift. LeBron stepped up as one of the team's defensive leaders, something that went a bit under the radar. He started doing the dirty work, taking charges, switching onto quicker guards, being the anchor on that end of the court. And let's be real, that's not something you expect from a guy who has literally done everything else over 2 decades. But he did it. Because the team needed him to. And what about that trade? LeBron didn't exactly sugarcoat his feelings. When asked about the Lakers having to go small after losing Davis, he fired back with a chuckle. "My guy D said what he needed and left the next week. So I have no comment." There's a lot packed into that one sentence. Was that frustration? Sarcasm? A subtle jab? Or maybe just LeBron being LeBron, transparent, clever, and always thinking 3 moves ahead? Head coach J.J. Redick, in his first year at the helm, earned LeBron's full respect. "I thought he had a hell of a first year for a rookie head coach," LeBron said. "It's tough to be a new coach in this league, and it's even tougher to do it while coaching the Lakers." That's high praise from someone who's played under legends like Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and Tyronn Lue. So when LeBron says Redick handled the job extremely well, that means something. It means this team, despite the early exit, might not be as far from contending as people think. There's also the question of whether this year's playoff loss was a failure or a lesson. The Lakers didn't get swept. They fought. They battled through injuries, through mid-season transitions, through defensive lapses and offensive inconsistency. And yet, they were still right there in the fight. And that says something about the foundation. LeBron knows that. He's been around long enough to recognize when a team has the pieces and just needs a better fit or more time. But time is the one thing he can't afford to waste. Because let's be honest, everything about LeBron's career has always been about timing. From the decision in 2010 to his return to Cleveland, to his move to LA and now this moment. He's always had an understanding of not just what he's doing, but when he's doing it. So when he leaves us hanging like this, when he says, "I've seen everything, and nothing surprises me anymore," you have to wonder if he's giving us a preview of the ending, or if he's simply waiting for the Lakers to make their next move. And there's another layer that makes this even more personal. Bronny James. This year, LeBron and Bronny made NBA history by becoming the first father-son duo to not only play on the same team, but to score in the same game. That moment in Cleveland on October 30th? That wasn't just a basketball highlight. It was a once-in-a-lifetime, chills-down-your-spine moment. And LeBron knew it. He called it his greatest accomplishment in the NBA. "That's easy," he said. "Not even close." Throughout the season, LeBron's love for the game remained crystal clear. After a back-to-back in February, he told reporters, "I still love the game. I still have so much to give to it. While I'm here, I want to give everything I've got." And more than that, he's showing his son what being a professional really looks like. He's not just setting an example, he's building a legacy in real time. So what's next for the King? If LeBron chooses to return for one final season, it could be one of the most emotional, celebrated, and scrutinized farewells in sports history. Not just because it's LeBron, but because of what he represents, a generation, a standard, a force of nature who gave basketball everything he had. He could opt into his player option, take one last ride with the Lakers, and cement his legacy with one more playoff run, maybe even one last shot at a title. Or he could opt out, test free agency, and find a new home, maybe with Bronny, maybe chasing one final ring. And the thought of LeBron walking into Madison Square Garden, or rejoining Pat Riley in Miami, or even finishing his career back in Cleveland, that's enough to keep NBA fans up at night dreaming about all the possibilities. But the third option, the one no one wants to talk about, but everyone feels in their gut, is retirement. A quiet goodbye. No press conference, no jersey ceremony, just a man walking away from the game after giving us 22 years of greatness. And if that's what LeBron chooses, then all we can do is thank him for the memories. Because LeBron James didn't just play basketball. He changed basketball. He changed the business of sports. He changed the way athletes control their narrative. And whether you loved him or rooted against him, you watched every game, every milestone, every buzzer beater and heartbreak. Because deep down, we all knew we were watching something that may never happen again. So here we are, standing on the edge of an era, waiting, wondering, hoping for one more season, one more dunk, one more chase down block, one more step back three, one more chapter in the story of the King. What makes this moment even more fascinating is how much LeBron has changed since joining the Lakers in 2018. In Cleveland and Miami, he was the unstoppable force, the centerpiece, the guy who had to do everything. But in LA, he's become something different, more patient, more strategic, more reflective. He's mentored younger players, collaborated with front office decisions, and invested deeply in the Lakers organization. This isn't just about chasing rings anymore. It's about finishing the story the right way. And maybe, just maybe, that means staying put and guiding the Lakers through one final chapter. Let's not forget the emotional component of all this. We're watching a player age in real time, not decline. There's a difference. Most athletes fade out slowly, their minutes reduced, their stats dipping into mediocrity. But LeBron is still out there dropping 30-point games, still hitting buzzer beaters, still putting his fingerprints on every possession. That level of greatness doesn't just disappear overnight. It fades only when the player decides to let go. And right now, LeBron hasn't let go. He's still holding on, just not saying how much longer he plans to keep holding. And then there's the bigger picture. The NBA is going through a transition of its own. The old guard is fading, Durant, Curry, Harden, all nearing the twilight of their careers. The new stars, Giannis, Jokic, Luka Wembanyama, are rising fast, but the league still orbits around LeBron's decisions. Whether it's a new TV deal, a collective bargaining agreement, or a blockbuster trade, LeBron's presence has a gravitational pull on every move. That kind of influence is rare. It's what made Michael Jordan special. It's what makes LeBron timeless. The presence of Bronny James adds an entirely new emotional depth to the story. LeBron isn't just a superstar anymore. He's a father on the same team as his son. It's something that was once thought impossible in the NBA, and now it's a reality. Every time they take the court together, it feels like we're witnessing a movie script unfold in real life. You can't manufacture that kind of magic. You can't plan it. And maybe that's why LeBron's next decision feels so delicate, because walking away now would mean walking away from something no one else in history has ever had the chance to experience. And let's be honest, LeBron's decision-making process has always been calculated. He doesn't make choices impulsively. He studies, evaluates, talks to his circle, and waits for the right moment. Whether it was joining Wade and Bosh in Miami, going back to Cleveland, or signing with the Lakers, every move served a bigger purpose. So the silence we're seeing now, it's not indecision. It's preparation. It's strategy. It's LeBron making sure that his final move, if it is the final one, is the right one. Behind the scenes, there's a lot of speculation that LeBron might be waiting to see what moves the Lakers make this offseason. Will they pursue another superstar? Will they retool the roster around Luka and Bronny? Will they fire up another win-now mission? Because let's be real, LeBron has no interest in being part of a rebuild. If he stays, it's because he believes the Lakers can compete for a title in 2026. Otherwise, he's not sticking around just to be a mentor. That's never been his style. And the Lakers front office knows that. Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss are under immense pressure to deliver a competitive roster now. Because if LeBron walks, it changes everything. Ticket sales, sponsorships, media buzz, TV ratings. The Lakers brand is massive, but LeBron has elevated it even further. Without him, the organization would have to pivot dramatically, and that's not a position they want to find themselves in mid-rebuild, especially in a city like Los Angeles. Then there's the emotional toll on fans. Lakers Nation has ridden a roller coaster of emotion since LeBron arrived. The bubble championship in 2020 brought joy in a time of global uncertainty. But the seasons since have been filled with injuries, roster shakeups, and playoff heartbreak. LeBron has been the one constant. If he leaves, it's not just the end of a player, it's the end of an era that brought light and relevance back to the purple and gold. And that kind of goodbye, it hits hard. And what if LeBron does leave, but not for retirement? What if he joins another contender in a last-ditch title chase? Could you imagine LeBron on the Nuggets, the Bucks, the Warriors? The mere idea sends shockwaves across the league. Not because it's impossible, but because it would feel like a betrayal to some and a thrill to others. He's earned the right to finish his career however he wants, but whatever he chooses, it will shake the NBA to its core. Some fans are already bracing for the worst. Retirement. The word alone feels heavy. Final. Permanent. The idea of a season without LeBron James is hard to grasp. He's been a fixture in this league longer than some current players have been alive. His presence has defined 2 decades of basketball, and once he's gone, we won't just miss the talent, we'll miss the gravity. The way everything in the NBA revolved around him. The way every game felt bigger when he was in it. If this is truly the end, then it deserves more than just a social media post or a leaked report. It deserves a celebration, a farewell tour, a league-wide tribute to everything he's meant to the sport. Because no matter how you feel about LeBron, no one can deny what he's done. He's lived up to impossible expectations, rewritten the history books, and inspired a generation to dream bigger. That's not just greatness, that's immortality. And maybe that's the hardest part of all this. Accepting that even immortals have to say goodbye. That even the most durable, versatile, and iconic players must one day step off the court. And for fans who grew up watching LeBron, who idolized him, who measured time by his seasons, it feels like losing a piece of themselves. Because LeBron wasn't just a player. He was an era. But there's still a chance, however small, that he gives us one more season. One more run. One more reminder of who he is and what he stands for. And if that happens, it won't just be another year in the NBA. It'll be a farewell soaked in history, intensity, and emotion. And every game will feel like a playoff game. Every point will matter. Every moment will be magnified. But what do you think about all of this? Is this the end of an era, or just the start of something new for LeBron James? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to read what you all think. Personally, as a fan, I'm torn. Part of me wants to see him walk away on his own terms, with dignity, with a memory of playing alongside Bronny. But the other part of me, it's not ready. Not yet. Because the league still feels like it belongs to LeBron James. And losing him, that would be the biggest shift in the NBA since the day he entered it. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We got a lot more stories coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single one. So here we are, standing on the edge of an era, waiting, wondering, hoping for one more season, one more dunk, one more chase down block, one more step back three, one more chapter in the story of the King. What makes this moment even more fascinating is how much LeBron has changed since joining the Lakers in 2018. In Cleveland and Miami, he was the unstoppable force, the centerpiece, the guy who had to do everything. But in LA, he's become something different, more patient, more strategic, more reflective. He's mentored younger players, collaborated with front office decisions, and invested deeply in the Lakers organization. This isn't just about chasing rings anymore. It's about finishing the story the right way. And maybe, just maybe, that means staying put and guiding the Lakers through one final chapter. Some fans are already bracing for the worst. Retirement. The word alone feels heavy. Final. Permanent. The idea of a season without LeBron James is hard to grasp. He's been a fixture in this league longer than some current players have been alive. His presence has defined 2 decades of basketball, and once he's gone, we won't just miss the talent, we'll miss the gravity. The way everything in the NBA revolved around him. The way every game felt bigger when he was in it. But what do you think about all of this? Is this the end of an era, or just the start of something new for LeBron James? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to read what you all think. Personally, as a fan, I'm torn. Part of me wants to see him walk away on his own terms, with dignity, with a memory of playing alongside Bronny. But the other part of me, it's not ready. Not yet. Because the league still feels like it belongs to LeBron James. And losing him, that would be the biggest shift in the NBA since the day he entered it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We got a lot more stories coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single one.